She arrived uninvited, a ghost at the feast, her shadow cutting through the pastel glow of my sister's baby shower. And then she smashed the gift table, sending tiny shoes and onesies flying like shrapnel in a war nobody saw coming. The room froze. Balloons bobbed silently above, their cheerful pinks and blues mocking the chaos below. My sister, Emily, radiant at 8 months pregnant, stood clutching her belly as if shielding her unborn child from the wreckage. Her eyes, wide with shock, locked onto our younger sister, Claire, who stood defiant amidst the scattered gifts. Her lips curled into a smirk that screamed both pain and triumph. I, the eldest, the host, the peacekeeper, felt my heart pound like a gavel. This wasn't just a scene, it was a reckoning. Let me take you back. Our family wasn't always a battlefield. Growing up, Emily, Claire, and I were the three musketeers, bound by late-night giggles and shared secrets in our small Ohio home. Emily, the middle child, was the dreamer always sketching nurseries and naming imaginary kids. Claire, the youngest, was the wildfire, brilliant, unpredictable, and fiercely independent. I, Sarah, was the steady one, the one who mediated their squabbles and kept the family glued together. But as we grew, cracks formed. Emily married Tom, a kind-hearted teacher, and their life bloomed with plans for a family. Claire, though, chose a different path. At 28, she declared she'd never have kids, a choice she wore like armor. The world's too broken to bring new life into it, she'd say, her voice sharp with conviction. Emily, ever hopeful, would smile and say, "You'll change your mind." Claire never did. The tension simmered for years, bubbling under polite smiles at family dinners. Emily's pregnancy announcement last spring was the spark. She glowed, posting ultrasound pictures and nursery updates on social media. Claire, meanwhile, grew quieter, her texts curt, her visits rare. I thought it was just her way of coping until she called me a month ago, voice trembling. "Sarah, she's rubbing it in my face. Every post, every picture. It's like she's saying I'm less of a woman." I tried to reason with her, to explain Emily's joy wasn't an attack. But Claire hung up, her silence louder than words. When Emily asked me to host the baby shower, I hesitated. Claire hadn't RSVP'd, and I sensed a storm brewing, but Emily insisted. "She's my sister. She'll come around." So I decked out my house with streamers, baked cupcakes, and set up a gift table piled high with diapers and stuffed animals. Friends and family filled the room, their laughter a warm hum. Emily, in a flowing blue dress, beamed as she opened gifts, each ooh and ah, a celebration of the life she was bringing into the world. Then Claire walked in. No knock, no greeting, just her, in a black leather jacket, her eyes scanning the room like a predator. The chatter faltered. Emily's smile wavered, but held. "Claire, you came," she said, her voice a mix of hope and nerves. Claire nodded, her expression unreadable, and dropped a small, poorly wrapped box onto the gift table. I thought maybe, just maybe, she'd come to make peace. I was wrong. As Emily reached for Claire's gift, Claire's hand shot out, grabbing the box back. "You don't need this," she said, her voice low, venomous. Before anyone could react, she hurled the box to the floor. It burst open, revealing a tiny pair of baby shoes vandalized with red paint. The word "mistake" scrawled across them. Gasps rippled through the room. Emily stumbled back, her face crumpling. Tom rushed to her side, his jaw tight with fury. Claire stood there, unflinching, her eyes daring anyone to challenge her. "Claire, what the hell?" I snapped, stepping forward. My voice shook, not just with anger, but with betrayal. This was my home, my sister's moment, and she'd turned it into a stage for her pain. "You all act like she's a saint for popping out a kid," Claire spat, her voice rising. "Like I'm broken because I don't want that life. She's not better than me." Emily sobbed, clinging to Tom. "I never said I was Claire. Why would you do this?" Claire's smirk faltered, just for a second, and I saw it raw, aching hurt beneath her rage. But before I could speak, she grabbed another gift, a plush teddy bear, and tore it apart, stuffing flying like snow. The room erupted in shouts. Aunt Linda clutched her pearls. Cousin Mike stood, fists clenched. I'd had enough. Get out, I said, my voice cold as steel. Claire turned to me, her eyes blazing. Sarah, you don't get it. You never have. I said, get out. I grabbed her arm, steering her toward the door. She didn't resist, but her laughter, sharp, bitter, echoed as I pushed her onto the porch and slammed the door. The lock clicked, and the room fell silent, save for Emily's quiet sobs. The rest of the shower was a blur. Guests tried to salvage the mood, cooing over gifts and sipping punch, but the joy was gone. Emily sat pale, her hands still cradling her belly. Tom whispered reassurances, but I could see the strain in his eyes. I cleaned up the wreckage, shattered glass, torn wrapping paper, those awful painted shoes, and felt my own heart break. How had we come to this? That night, after everyone left, I sat with Emily on my couch, a blanket draped over her shoulders. Did I push her too far, she whispered. All those posts. Maybe I made her feel left out. No, I said firmly. This was her choice. You didn't make her do that. But even as I said it, doubt gnawed at me. Claire's words about feeling less, about being judged, lingered like a ghost. The next day, I found a letter slipped under my door. Claire's handwriting, jagged and hurried. Sarah. I didn't mean to hurt her. I just wanted her to see me, to stop acting like her life is the only one that matters. I'm sorry, but I'm not coming back. I called her, texted her, drove to her apartment, nothing. She'd vanished, her social media gone dark, her phone disconnected. Weeks passed. Emily's due date neared, but the shadow of that day hung over us. I tried to focus on the future, helping Emily paint the nursery, planning a hospital bag, but Claire's absence was a wound that wouldn't heal. I kept replaying her words, her pain, wondering if I'd been too quick to kick her out. Had I chosen sides, had I failed her as a sister? One night, I found an old photo of us three, arms linked, laughing at a county fair. Claire's smile was so bright, so alive. I realized then that her outburst wasn't just about Emily's baby, it was about feeling invisible, unworthy, in a world that seemed to value one path above all others. Emily's joy had become a mirror, reflecting Claire's choices in a way she couldn't bear. I reached out one last time, leaving a voicemail on a number I wasn't sure she still had. Claire, I'm sorry. I didn't see how much you were hurting. Please, come home. We're still your family. She didn't call back, but a week later, a package arrived at Emily's house. No return address, just a small box with a new pair of baby shoes, clean, white, untouched. A note inside read, "For my niece, tell her I'll be her cool aunt someday." See, Emily cried, this time with a flicker of hope. The baby, Lily, was born on a crisp October morning. Emily sent me a photo. Lily's tiny hand wrapped around Tom's finger. I forwarded it to Claire's old number, hoping somehow it would reach her. Maybe it did. Maybe it didn't. The story isn't about who was right or wrong. It's about the messy, painful love that binds sisters, even when it breaks them. It's about choices: Emily's to embrace motherhood, Claire's to reject it, mine to protect one and lose the other. It's about the cost of standing up for what you believe and the price of not seeing someone else's truth. What do you think? Was I wrong to kick Claire out? Or was it the only way to protect Emily's moment? Should Claire have been given a chance to explain? Or was her act unforgivable? Share your thoughts. Where do you stand on family, loyalty, and the choices that tear us apart?